Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, aDudemanbro, and I hope you all having a fantastic day. You know, it's Sunday here. Got myself some wings, some barbecue wings this weekend, and I mean, they were just fantastic. You know, caught a little bit of the game, and you know, it was pretty amazing, and just all around a great weekend. And I had a fantastic stock market week. I hope you all had a fantastic week also, you know, and I think we're going to be making even more money next week. You know, when it comes to the stock market and volatility, it means there's a lot of opportunities to make some serious money, and you just gotta look for the indicators and watch for that volume coming in, and you guys can make a lot of money. But if you're new to the channel and you found this video entertaining, you know, like my face maybe even, you want to go ahead and smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, I promise you can always take it back later. This is going to be the non-penny stock video of the week, and this is just my blue chip / mid-range, mid-cap stocks that I'm going to be looking at for next week and going into February. These are not necessarily ones that I'm looking at for just 1 or 2 days or even next week. You know, I could be holding them for longer depending on how they look and everything. And I'm not in on all these. I'll try my best to tell you which ones I'm in, but these are ones that I'm looking at. Without further ado, let's jump right into this. So the first one I want to talk about is Fubo, and this one is probably testing everyone's patience, to be 100% honest. It ran to almost $53, $54 last week, and a lot of people sold out. But the short interest on this stock is still super high. It's probably going to be pulling back a little bit more, but I've been adding shares at basically about $47 to $46. Anything it's dropping there. I think this one could potentially easily go 2x your money if we see a good amount of volume come in and people are holding on to those shares. With the FOMO and everything going on, I could easily see that happening. We actually went over $62, and actually it went over $80 at one time too. My analysis on this and everything is I'm going to be starting to take profits at about $60, you know, maybe 25% of my position, but I fully think that going into March we could see an $80 plus for this company, because I mean, I think that it's on the back burners of what's going on right now. You know, all those other stocks that are just being, you know, the silver squeeze and, you know, the GameStop and AMC, all those stocks are kind of like, you know, in everybody's mind. Everyone wants to find the next thing, but we like plays like this because it's been being down a lot, and I'm adding those dips, but we can't always look for the 300 to 400% runners. These are the type of plays that I like a lot, because I much rather have a possibility of making 30 to 40% than my 400 or 500% runs, because this one is just, it follows the rules a little bit better and it's less volatile, which I love. So next one I want to talk about is SLV, and I've been getting a lot of talk about when is the silver squeeze going to be mentioned or what's going on with the silver. So this one I am very bullish still on, and if you're very bullish on PSLV or whatnot too, that's another really good one. I don't like it as much as SLV, to be 100% honest. A lot of people are saying please just buy physical, but they're around the same. I like SLV a lot more because I think it's being manipulated even more, and the reason I like that a lot is because this is one of those plays where I can easily see somebody stepping in, if it's the SEC or what, stepping in and saying, no, these prices are not accurate. Also, if you look at, there's so many different graphs and different, you know, information on the internet about this, but they added a couple tons of silver that is actually, no one knows where it came from, or no one even knows if it's true. I am bullish on this one because I think we are going to start seeing an uproar of people saying this is not priced correctly, and you're lying to a lot of people about how much silver you really have. You know, this one's ran by JP Morgan with BlackRock is in it too, and a lot of people are saying don't buy it because there's a bunch of different banks and institutions that were making money on it. But what those people are not saying though too at the same time is this ETF is very much shorted by those companies too. If you look at the BlackRock and the different types of banks that are in it, they have just as much puts and calls, you know, as they have shares. So they are just as much in it when it's going down. So anyone that's thinking about put options on this and everything and shorting it, you know, that's you if you want to do that. But I think that buying puts for this is actually helping the banks a lot more than you're actually saying screw them. So that's my analysis on this. You know, there's so much misinformation out there though, but please do your research yourself. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my analysis on this. This is why I'm very bullish on this one though, because of the manipulation that's going on, and I think that we might see someone step in very soon, and that's what I'm going off of on this one. This one is kind of a very risky play. If you want to be a little bit less risky, but like I said, call options are really good for this one, or go for the miners. AG, it's the next one I'm going to be talking about. There's even MUX and other gold mining companies though too that are very good and could see the most benefit. From what I'm telling you right now, some big companies, even AG, is having trouble keeping up with demand, and prices are going crazy. Premiums are going up crazy amount too. These mining companies and these sellers are going to be starting to benefit the most off of all this silver craziness. And that's what I see going on with this one. That's why I'm bullish on SLV. I do have a bunch of call options for SLV that are about a month or two out. I could see it going within a month or so. I don't really necessarily see it going in like 2 to 3 weeks, but we'll have to see because there's a lot of stuff going on with this one. Next one I do want to say is AG. You know, it went a little bit of a pullback from our highs of $24, but I want you to keep an eye out on silver though. If you see silver going crazy, I think that this is a very good possibility. You know, this one, it's been a long time since it hit over $20 or even 18 or plus. But if you look at the times that it has, here's like $14 in July of last year. But if you look at the chart for SLV and the different silver ETFs, it goes crazy once it hits all-time highs. I mean, that's pretty, goes hand in hand there. So with the amount of silver not being available, the amount of no one can get a hold of it, premiums going up crazy, I easily see this one going up insanely too. It might be a little bit too high at the moment, but I don't really necessarily see it dropping down anymore. Wait for those red days though. You might possibly get lucky, but I think that we're going to see a consolidation period, maybe a little bit of a dip. That is the time to get in and hold this for a little bit or a little bit of a time, because I think we're going back up to $18 to $20 very soon with this stock. So next one I want to talk about is KMPH, and this is one I haven't talked about in a little while, but I'm still very bullish on this one. It has a $20 plus price target on it. They do cannabis. It has a very small float on it too, or not super small, but it's definitely a smaller float than other cannabis stocks. And we've seen some crazy amount of price action actually last week. Went almost to $8 and then it dropped right back down to actually past $7 or under $7 once or twice. But those are the times that you are going to be looking into to get into this one. So I still have a good amount of my shares and I haven't sold any since it was actually like $5 when I first brought it to you guys. But I easily see this one going. It has a price target over $20. It's a cannabis stock, and cannabis stocks are going crazy right now. It was over $22 at one time early, end of 2020, it was over $22. This one could easily do that again, and that's why it's up here. After hours, it's at $7.72. I'm very bullish still on this stock. I think this one is going to see over $10, no problem, very soon. And wait for those red days, wait for those pullbacks. I still think anything under $8 or $7 is a very good deal for this stock, with how cannabis is going and everything. But go with your own plan. If you're not a guy or a girl that likes to support cannabis stocks, stay away from it. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to make a decent amount of money, and this one is definitely undervalued, I think, in my personal opinion. I mean, it's just sitting there waiting to be pounced on. And once we start seeing a little bit more volume come in and people hold instead of sell, I think this one's going to go over $10. That's my opinion. So the next three I have on here are going to be Bitcoin related, and they're basically the three big ones. BTBT, Mara, and RIOT. I'm very bullish on all three of these stocks. I did tell you in the last video that I bought a good amount of these shares on the low $18. This one went over $35 at its highest, and this one has more miners and is bigger than Mara and RIOT. If you look at it, smaller float than both those two, and it's went and hit that $30-something mark. This one, I think, is just waiting to be it's just waiting to rocket. I think, in my personal opinion, this one has no business being under $20. I think $25 is more of an accurate price for this right now, and I think we're going to see that very soon. So I think if you want an easy $8 plus gains on this one, I think this one is the easiest one. This one's the safest one out of all of them. There's always still Mara. Mara is a great one if, even if it falls in, a few times actually last week or the week before it fell under $20. I think this one is a buy under $20, to be honest. Bitcoin being estimated to hit over 100,000 by the end of 2022 or 2021. I mean, 2 times what it's at right now. And that means this should potentially be $30, $40 plus. If it dips under $20, I think it's a no-brainer. I think that this one's going to start seeing $25 to $30, no problem, and it's gonna hold those levels too. So RIOT is another one. Like I said, this one it's exactly like Mara in it's almost all of its ways. Another one, if it drops under $20, I think it's a no-brainer buy. Even if you want a little bit of a swing, if it drops under $20, ride it back up to 24. It almost always does that, as you can tell. Seems like we're in this one's actually chart looks like one of the nicer ones, where it looks like we're in an uptrend. And if we do see that over $25 push, which I think we're going to, because Bitcoin is up a good amount over the weekend, this one could fly to $28 or $27, no problem. So the next one I want to talk about is Clover, and I haven't talked about Clover in a while. I actually sold a good amount of my shares once it hit like $18 recently, but I definitely bought in on that huge overreaction, reading into all these articles, and people are just putting out things that they don't even read into. I think, this is an overreaction. It went under $12 and I bought a good amount of shares. The price target on this has been reiterated multiple times that this is a $20 plus stock. They are basically telehealth, and they are going to be one of the bigger ones once we start seeing everything going with this company. They just merged. I think that we are starting to see a lot of weak hands get out of this company. This one's not going to be probably a 1 month hold. This one's going to be probably a 2 to 3 month hold that you are going to see $20 plus. But I think if you bought in at $11 to $12, it's a very good investment where I don't think you are going to be losing any money whatsoever. The risk to reward at even under $14, I think, is a very good one. It's went $18 multiple times, and I think we're going to continue to see this until we start seeing more news that they come out with. We're going to see that if this hits $16 to $18, we're going to see people take profits because they're worried about it. But if you're a long-term investor and you want a good stock, I recommend Clover Health, because I think that is a very good stock to get into and hold for 4 to 5 months. So next one I want to talk about is LOTZ. This is a SPAC that recently merged, and I was definitely a buyer at 10, but at under 10, I bought over 200 shares on Friday. Once it reached about $9.80, $9.70, I was a buyer on this one. This company, I think, has a lot of potential. You want to look for those companies that are potentially the next big thing or the next crazy thing. Look at Bitcoin when it was like, $30. I think this one's going to be 6 times what it is right now, basically a year or so. This is a long-term investment for me, but if you do want a nice swing, I do think that if you hold it for a month or so, you could see $18 to $14 plus. So it's an easy $5 to $8 investment on this one. You can make a decent amount. They do car consignment / they sell cars, and I think that this is a very big deal because no one really wants to go to a car dealership and do that whole thing. They make it a lot easier. I think that is a very good model for what we're doing. I think that LOTZ could be a very big investment for long term, and that's what I'm saying with this one. I think that this one is going to be something I hold for 5 to 6 months, and I could easily see $20 plus, which is 2x from where it's at right now. A couple years down the line, I could easily see LOTZ at $40 to $60. That's where I'm probably going to hold a decent amount of my shares for that long. This is going to be a couple year hold for me, but I'm not going to go into it crazy amount because I want to kind of save it for my SPAC type of ones that I'm looking for. But I am super bullish on this one. I think, like I said, it was overreaction from the almost $13 plus. We see that based off the chart right now, but I think once this starts to get up to $18 to $20, people are going to start chasing it, and that's when the possibility of it going crazy very soon. But like I said, LOTZ for me, CarLotz is going to be definitely a long-term investment for me, and I can see it easily, like I said, going 4x to where it's at right now. So the very last one I want to talk about is a EV play that I'm very bullish on. Oversold. The short interest is at basically 70 to 90%, and you know, there is some crazy funky manipulation going on with this stock if you check out level 2. If you get under $20 or $19 or whatnot, I think it's an easy 1 month to 2 month hold. We got to wait for those EV plays to go up crazy. You know, last week we didn't see a whole lot of EV plays because a lot of things that were going on crazy with the, you know, stock market and everyone talking about it. But I think once we start seeing a little bit more EV plays and maybe more contracts, you know, Biden talks a little bit more about vehicle contracts and what they're doing, I think we're going to start seeing a very good big play with this. They announced a couple days ago that they're working on a garbage truck deal, which is pretty big. I think on top of that, this company is bigger than a few of the other EV companies, and it's undervalued by probably 10% to those other companies. So I easily see this one 2 month hold, $35 to $40. I can easily see it. You know, we just have to wait for those dips, buy in, and like I said, I think it's an easy 2x. Everyone that's worried, you know, this one's going to be a longer hold. If you can't have the money tied up for 2 to 3 months, I would suggest you lowering your position so you could be able to, you know, do your swing trades or some other day trades. But I am personally holding my position, and I could easily see it, like I said, going $30 plus. We have to wait for that basically $23 to $24 mark. Once it gets there and gets past there, I think we're going to start seeing a very good push. And if volume continues, like I said, I think we're going to see $30 plus, and then we have to reevaluate the chart after that and what's going on. But like I said, 2 months, 3 months from now, I can easily see XL being over $40. So that's the video. Those are my picks for non-penny stock related picks. Please let me know in the comments below what you think about these picks. Are you bullish on any of these, or are you in any of these? I would really like to hear about it in the comments below. And, you know, what other stocks would you like me to go over or let you know that, you know, I'm bullish on? I love to, you know, comment and communicate with you guys in the comments below. It's just so amazing. You guys are just leaving so much love in the comments, and it's just amazing. So, but as always, I want you guys to be humble but never satisfied. You know, remember to always be moving on to that next thing, and don't think small, think big. Don't let anything keep you back, because like I say in these videos, you know, there's nothing that's holding you back except for yourself. As big as you can dream, that's as big as you can go. And that's all I got to say for that. I think that you guys are amazing and you guys can do anything. And with that being said, you guys stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, yo.